All right, welcome back to the next session on product management. So, in this session, we would be understanding basics of product management. So, before we begin to understand the technical topics, technical jargons, what exactly is there as a core part of product management, we will first understand the basics of what actually product management is all about. So, first, we will understand the product management as a domain, and then we'll hop on to the actual topic. So, the name for the session is Understanding Product Management. So let's deep dive into the topic. So, in this, we will understand some fundamental things like what is actually product. We use a lot of time, we are talking about product management, but what exactly is product? Then we will understand some history of product management. Then, what is actually product management? So, here you study product and then here you understand management. What are the most defining skills to be a PM? Decoy effect we will not do for now. Then we will understand what are the different hierarchies, like what is the starting entry level role at as a product guy, and what is the highest level of role that you can attain to. Okay, and then product management and project management, not that important, but yeah, I'll try to cover this as well. Okay, then what is the average salary of a product manager, which is like mostly asked question. A lot of people will ask ki, we get to hear that PMs get paid a lot. So how what's the exact amount that a PM gets paid? So we will talk about that. How do you get into product management? Then some of the resources. And then apart from this, we will be also understanding a lot of myths around product management. People say product managers are the CEO of the product, they should have empathy. So to what level these definitions and jargons are correct, and if it's not correct, so what's the right definition and what's the right approach of understanding this? And then a lot of things are there to be understood, so we will deep dive a lot in this entire thing. Also, as you all already know, we will do a lot of storytelling so that you can remember the concepts easily. Along with storytelling, like I might share few memes or things to just let you guys be engaged. Whenever I am doing storytelling, make sure it's oversimplified. Okay, so you need not to take every nuts and bolts seriously. Stories are just to make sure that you remember things and it stays with you for a longer time. Okay, so you don't need to take it very critically whenever I'm talking about any stories. Okay, some stories are the actual stories that have happened, I'll let you know. Some stories are made up story for easy understanding. All right. How many of you know Ankur Variku? If you do know, pause the video and let me know in the comment section. Let me see how famous Ankur Variku is among everybody out there. Okay, so I have a very small video of Ankur Variku to play. So before we actually begin the topic, I would want you all to watch this video seriously.
2023 में टॉप 10 कौन सी जॉब्स हैं जो सबसे ज्यादा सैलरीज देती हैं? नंबर 10 पे फुल स्टैक सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर्स जो कि ऑन एन एवरेज 6.7 लाख पर एनम कमाते हैं। नंबर 9 पे मशीन लर्निंग एक्सपर्ट्स जो कि ऑन एन एवरेज 6.9 लाख पर एनम कमाते हैं। नंबर 8 पे मार्केटिंग मैनेजर्स जिनकी एवरेज सैलरी है 8 लाख पर एनम। नंबर 7 ब्लॉकचेन डेवलपर्स जो कि ऑन एन एवरेज 8.1 लाख कमाते हैं। नंबर 6 पे चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स जो कि 9 लाख रुपए पर ईयर ऑन एन एवरेज कमाते हैं। नंबर 5 पे डेटा साइंटिस्ट जो कि 9.5 लाख रुपए ऑन एन एवरेज हर साल कमाते हैं। नंबर 4 पे इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर्स जो कि 9.6 lakhs on an average कमाते हैं। And now the top 3 गेस करना शुरू करिए। नंबर 3 पे मेडिकल प्रोफेशनल्स एंड डॉक्टर्स जो कि ऑन एन एवरेज 10 लाख रुपए पर ईयर कमाते हैं। नंबर 2 पे मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टेंट्स जो कि ऑन एन एवरेज 11 लाख रुपए पर एनम कमाते हैं। एंड नंबर 1 प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट या प्रोडक्ट मैनेजर्स जो कि ऑन एन एवरेज 14 लाख रुपए कमाते हैं। क्या आपने नंबर 1 सही से गेस किया?
All right. So the reason for showing this video is not to encourage you all ki as a PM you will earn a lot, so you need to learn product management. The reason to show this video is that if your motivation by any chance is just the money, So don't get into product management. Okay, I'll be very honest, don't get into product management because it's very hectic. If you're working in a big MNC, maybe your life might be easy, but if you're working in startup or a mid-sized company, sometimes depending on companies to company, things can get very hectic. So if your primary motivation is just paisa or money, so you will end up being a bad PM. Okay, but if your goal is to make impact, problem solving, bigger problem solving. Okay, so you can be a good PM. So make sure to understand your orientation, your motivation of why do you want to pursue or learn product management. If it's this one, good to go. If it's this one, then you should drop off. Okay, so yeah, let's move ahead. So, are you guys excited? If you're really excited, let me know your excitement in the comment section below. So, pause the video and drop a fire emoji or whatever you want to drop, maybe a comment, fire emojis, or any other emojis. Let me know your excitement in the comment section below. So, we'll start from introduction to product management. So, we'll understand what product management is all about. So product management through storytelling we will do, as I've already told at the beginning. So there's an ice breaker question and you all have to let me know. I'll not tell the answer. I expect that after the session is over, you will understand it. But by the end also, I would not be giving answer. I would expect answers from you guys. So coders code, right? Designers design, salespeople sell, QA people test. What do product managers do? What do product managers do? Drop. If you know the answer, let me know in the comment section. If you don't know, keep studying the entire session and you will get to know what actually product managers do. But exact answer I won't be giving. I'll expect it from you guys. So let's start the topic. What is a product? What is a product? And won't get much detail into it. Product is very simple. It's something that solves a problem. So it could be tangible and non-tangible. So tangible as in, if you look at the definition, any commodity that solves a problem, tangible or intangible, is called a product. So now what do you define when you talk about tangible? Maybe this tablet that I'm using, maybe this laptop, this earphone, anything that is hardware and that you can touch and feel, that is a tangible form of solution that you get, that's solving a problem. It's helping you to listen to music. This pen is helping me to write here. The laptop is, endless possibilities. And then you have intangible products as well. So this is more like a hardware, and then intangible products are softwares like Meta or Facebook. It's helping you to solve what problem? Networking. Then you have Zomato, you order food. Then you have Swiggy, same domain. Okay, then you have endless list of software as a solution. So both hardware can solve your problem and software can solve your problem depending on your needs and not just your need but the entire industry's need or need of any user out there. Okay, so since now you have understood what is product, tell me, now this is a tricky question. Okay, so tell me, if you are a user, so for you as a user, this auto is a product led solution or not? Make sure for you as a user, is it a product led solution or not? Let me know in the comment section below. For you, make sure you're giving the answers, because while it may be a recorded content, but while I'm going through the comment, so I'll be able to visualize and understand that what type of understanding you all have developed. So it will help me to curate my sessions in a better way, so that again, it's going to actually help you guys. Okay, because I might go in my flow, but if you are sharing your thoughts, so it will help me to understand your psychology to match your frequency. So for you as a user, is it a product-led solution? All right. Now, second option. For you as a user, is Ola a product-led solution? And if you try to understand this in detail, so this auto is a product. This Ola is also a product. But my question is it a product-led solution for you? So I will say no, this is not a product-led solution. But this is a product-led solution, which is true. But why is this case? Now tell me, every auto ride you take, do you have same experience? Same experience? No. Rates, are they consistent every time? No. Every auto driver will bargain in their own way. And the kind of booking that you do, is it same every time? No. But let's take the case of Ola. Same experience every time? Yes. Rates defined. Yeah, they have a structured rating system. Booking experience every time, it's same. The experience that you get with an auto wala in Delhi may not be similar to what you get in Bangalore. But since Ola has standardized its process, so you will get same type of solution or same type of experience every time. So now when I say product-led solution for you as a user, okay? So though both are product, I'm not denying it, okay? But for you as a user, Ola is a product-led solution, not this auto wale bhaiya. He's not a product-led, he's not giving you a product-led solution. Okay, and when you speak of product-led solution, it's simply that when somebody is solving a problem in mass consistently with same experience every time, so that is only what you call as a product-led solution. Okay, we'll get into this in detail in the deeper sections of this session when we will study that. Okay, so when somebody is solving a problem consistently every time with same kind of user experience in mass, so that is what you call as a product-led solution for you as a user. Now a bit of theory. So today would be the last day when we'll study theory, and you just bear it for some time. So this is an interesting question: evolution of product management. How did this word product management came into existence? And if you look at this slide, so you will find Neil McElroy. He conceptualized the word product manager, but initially he didn't start the word as a product manager. What happened was, if you look back, if you read stories and books around it, so what he shares is that he was wanting somebody in the organization who could represent both the business side of the company and the technical side of the company. So it was very hard in the organization. Like, tech people did not understood the business goals, and for business people it was really very hard to communicate the tech side of the product, like what is the exactly tech requirement they expect from the to solve a problem. So this gap was huge, and Neil McElroy wanted to solve this gap, that there should be somebody who should represent both tech and management. He should have understanding of management and be able to get it delivered through tech, and at the same time tech should understand what management wants from them. So that is where he introduced this word brandman. PNG, by the way, it's a very famous company you all might be aware of, and that is where he coined this word brandman, which later was adopted by Bill Hewlett and David Packard. We all know HP, a very famous company, the very famous company, HP. So, and then this word brand manager got converted somehow to product group or product management, and that is where the word product management started evolving somewhere around 1931 to 1943, and then it kept evolving if you look at different time frames. Okay, so it kept evolving. When did it come to India? Very late. I'm not sure exactly about it. So far, the books and things, articles I've read, I'm not sure about the exact date, but It started getting famous when product based companies like MMT, Make My Trip, and all of them started booming. So then the demand and requirement for PMs started increasing. And there's a very interesting pattern, by the way. The pattern is, I was reading an article wherein it says that when there is demand or when there is rise of startups, as there is demand of startup, let's say the demand is moving ahead with X, at the same time the demand for PMs gets 2x of this. And that is one of the reasons why product management is booming in India. Because they understand business, they understand the tech side of the organization, and as the demand for, like, as the startup ecosystem is growing in India, we know that more than hundreds of startups have registered recently, the good ones, okay, the ones that are doing very well. When it comes to registration, there are lakhs of startups, okay. So that is one of the primary reasons why not just institutions are teaching product management, but I see a lot of companies coming out and just forming their entire branding. They're doing just the entire branding around product management. The brand is only about teaching you product management. So you get an idea that why is it that the demand for product managers are increasing. It's just simply because startups are growing in the country, and it's a pattern. It has been observed in every country, that whenever there is a high rise in startup ecosystem, there is always high demand of product managers out there. Okay, so that is one of the reasons, and definitely you should study product management. Even though if you don't want to get into product management, still you should be studying product management, so that you can get an idea like what do PMs do, and how do they develop this skill of tech and business both, and all of this. So you will get to understand this in the session ahead. All right, so let's move ahead. So we have understood that what's the evolution of product management. What do you mean when it comes to product led solution? What is product? But we have not spoken who is a product manager. Who is a product manager? So let's watch this video before starting. Who is a product manager?
Hey man, hey, hi. So what do you do for a living? Me? Well, I'm a product manager. Ooh, product manager, huh? Yeah. So what do product managers do? Bro, we are like, the CEO of product. And I always wanted to be a CEO of something, so it works great for me. Yeah. CEO of product. But what do you guys exactly do? So we product managers work at the intersection of technology, business, design, marketing, everything. We are at the center of the Venn diagram. Oh, so you know how to code. Well, no, the engineers do that. Oh, so you design stuff for the company, for your product. Nah, we have designers for that. You do marketing campaigns of the product, you launch it and you market it. No, what are we, peasants? We have product marketing managers to do that. PMMs? PMMs, not PM. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you just write emails up. Yeah. And take meetings. Never forget about the meetings. Don't ever forget about the meetings.
It has nothing to do with the real life experience of product managers. It's a very famous and a viral meme, and reason why there is a lot of misconceptions around product managers are because it's a newly evolved domain, okay, and there are very few people to talk about that what is exactly what PMs do. So that's one of the reasons why these memes are revolving around. And just to add one thing more, if you ever hear a developer complaining that PMs are of no use or anything like that, so it's simply because they've not worked with the right PM. So it was just a meme, not to take it on your heart. Let us now understand what is exactly product managers do and who are product managers in detail through a story. So yeah, let's start the story. So once 50 odd candidates were selected for solving a problem, okay, for solving a problem. So these 50 people were called and they were given all 50 odd people were given same problem to solve. And out of these 50 people, 25 were engineers and 25 had management background. Okay, and they were all given problem, they were all asked to sit away from each other, not to collaborate, nothing, and they were given sufficient time to solve the problem, and they all spent good amount of time in understanding. They were given the sheets and they were asked to just do whatever they want to do, and after all of them submitted the assignment, something really interesting was found. Now, what was that interesting thing is that all 25 engineers ended up solving the problem. Solving the problem. So you'll be like, oh, that's a good thing. You should solve the problem. Exactly, that's a good thing. But the second thing that was observed was, engineers are good at solving problem. Okay, if you give them maybe to write a code or do something, they'll just do it. Okay, but the trick lies here is management students, they cannot actually solve a problem, but what they are good at is a common pattern was observed. And by the way, this was a pattern that out of all 25 students, they all ended up solving the problem. But people from management background, they spend good amount of time in understanding the problem. Understanding the problem. Understanding the problem. Now, what do I mean by understanding the problem? That is it the right problem to be solved? To be solved. So the pattern that was observed in that 25 candidates who had engineering background solved the problem, whereas all 25 candidates who were from management background, they spent good amount of time in understanding that is it the right problem to be solved or not, because sometimes you may end up solving a problem that customers don't need it, and we will come to that very soon in the session itself. Okay, and this is what it is. Okay, this is a very interesting device to be taken care of. This is a device that has a smart display here. So if you look at here on top, it's not visible right now, but it has a screen here. So it has a display here. Then economic design, it has a good design. Then it has a mood light. If you can see here, it has a mood light. But you might be wondering what this device is all about. Let's go ahead and check it. It's a smart salt dispenser. So you see this tray here. Okay, it has a speaker here. And it also has music, by the way. Okay, it has a smart salt dispenser, so you just keep it on your dining table. Okay, and whenever you feel that while you're having your dinner, there's a lesser salt in your food, so you would ask, hey Smalt, could you dispense some salt for me? It would dispense. So the tray opens up, this tray opens up, and you just take the tray, pour the salt in your food. Yeah, that's done. Now, the very interesting thing is this device costs 10,000 rupees. Now tell me, would you buy this product? Let me know in the chat. Would you buy this product? So far, 100% of the candidates, whenever I'm doing a live session, they said no. So if anyone would buy this product simply to dispense salt, makes no sense. You will definitely not buy this. Now, I was talking about engineers plus management background. Okay, so this is an example of engineer solving a problem wherein he solves it, need not to care will people buy it or not. But people from management background understand, do customers need it? Do customers need it? Getting it? And they just solve the problem. They figure out the need in the market and they solve it. So it's quite interdependent thing. Okay, so Engineers don't understand the language of management people, and management people, for them it's very hard to understand the language of engineers. Okay, so that is why this role comes in the picture, wherein product managers come, who has qualities of engineer plus management background as well. But we will explore it in more detail. Okay, so a PM operates in two spaces. One space is problem space, wherein you look for problem out there, and the second space is solution space. So when you speak of problem space, that is the time when you need to leverage your management skill, wherein you go out there, you look for problem, you look for what do your users want, you talk to people, you look for data, both quantitative and qualitative, and then once you found that, then you operate in solution space, and that is where your engineering skill is required. And somebody who has both these skills is called a product managers. So product managers are people who go out there, look for problems, and then deliver the solution. Got it? So this is the gap that product managers fulfill. It will make more sense as we deep dive more into the topic. Okay, so now who's a product manager? Product manager is somebody who has customer empathy, who understands customer, creates business opportunity around it, and then gets it delivered through technology. Okay, so you are somewhere in the intersection of these three things. A lot of people will say you also need to have understanding of UX, but that's not, I don't think so. You are a lot dependent on UX, but necessarily that would not be a part of circle. And one thing more is, so this is problem discovery, as we spoke, problem discovery, and this is solution delivery. Now tell me, is it so that every time that solution that you will deliver, is it through technology? Think about it. Every time solution that you will give would be through technology? Not really. And there's a very good example to that. It's a oversimplified example, but I would say I'm not sure if it was solved by a product manager, but it was a product mindset, you could say. The problem of the lift. So initially when the lifts in the building was introduced, so a lot of people had a lot of complaints from the lift. They were like, the speed is too fast. Somebody were complaining that speed is too slow, and everybody had like so much of complaints from the lift. And the entire team building that lift spent a good amount of time in optimizing the speed. Like they were looking forward, they were researching that what could be the right speed that all the customers are satisfied. And that was the time somebody introduced mirror. Now as soon as the mirror gets introduced, what do? As you enter the lift, you start arranging your hairs, you start looking like is the dress fine, whatever. But it's a kind of engagement. The mirror engages you, and you forget about time, and once you forget about the time, you stop complaining about it. So that is also an example of product mindset. Okay, there are different opinions around this. A lot of people I have heard is, they say it was mirror was placed for physically disabled people and few other things, but I don't believe that. I believe this one, the one answer that I gave. Okay, so to an extent, you all might have understood what do PMs do. All right. So now here when we were speaking business, we had already spoken about, technology we had already spoken about, but we had not spoken about customer a lot. So let us now understand customers. Okay. So how many of you are on Instagram? Raise your hand in the comment section. I'll look at this data ahead. Okay. Next question. How many of you are on LinkedIn? Raise your hand. Third question. How many of you were on TikTok before TikTok got banned during COVID? Let me know if you were on TikTok before TikTok got banned. Then, How many of you have a phone that costs you less than 7,000 rupees? The last question. What do you think? What percentage of reels are watched without audio? By the way, just to tell you, it's a bit old data, but the point that I want to make here is not exact, precise data, but something more to it. So, what do you believe that what percentage of reels are watched without audio? Any number? 5% people watch reels on mute, 10%. Just guess. Let me know in the chat. Now, let us look at the answer that I got in previous batch. So it was a live batch wherein the poll happened, and you will be shocked to see the results. 90% of people were there on Instagram, 95% were on LinkedIn, only 5% were on TikTok, 0% audience there had a smartphone that costed them less than 7,000 rupees, and people voted for 15% people watch reels on mute. But let us look at the actual data. What does actual data says? And it's quite different. Out of 1.4 billion people, close to 70 million people were there on Instagram. But in the batch, 90% were there. But when you speak of the entire data, 670 million, 95% of the people were on LinkedIn. But as per the data, it's only 60 million people using LinkedIn. In that batch, only 5% people were there on TikTok. But look, where is your audience sitting? No one had a smartphone less than 7,000 rupees, but 80% of Indians own a smartphone less than 7,000. And 15% was the number, but 85% of people watch reels on mute. So now I was talking about understanding your users. Now you will relate to it. Let's say you want to be a content creator, but you do not understand your audience. You are busy in creating reels on Instagram. You want to be a social media influencer. You're busy creating reels, and your reels does not have subtitle. Now tell me, if your reel is not having subtitle, out of this 85% people, you are only targeting 15% people. Because 85% people are watching reels on mute, and when it's on mute, then you expect a subtitle, because they will not understand what you're trying to speak if the video does not have subtitle. So it is very important to understand your users. So you might be creating a lot of content but wondering, why am I not getting famous? Why are not people following me? Because you're targeting only 15% of the audience. That is one of the primary reasons. Like, you go out there and watch videos of social media influencers, and they all have subtitles in their video. So yeah, that is how it is. So if you want to target 100% of the audience, so you will have to add subtitle for easy success. Now, same thing goes for smartphone. Let's say you want to create an application, mobile application, but 80% of the Indians have a smartphone that costs them less than 7,000 rupees. Now you know that if the cost of smartphone is just 7,000 rupees, so it would have very low processing capacity. And by the way, this was an insight in 2014 or 15 something, where Flipkart was trying to tap in Indian market, but the adoption was very low. And this is the insight that Flipkart got. At that time, 80-85% of Indians were having a smartphone less than 7,000, so they were not able to install this app. And because they were not able to install the app, so sales were not doing good in Flipkart. And that was the time when Google Chrome wanted to tap into Indian market, because at that time UC browser, Opera Mini and all these gimmicky browsers were there in India. So they found out, okay, if Indians are not installing the app, because they have a smartphone that's too cheap. So how will they use our service? So that is where, after a lot of research, Flipkart Lite was introduced. Flipkart Lite. And quite many of you might have seen this: Flipkart Lite, Amazon Lite, Instagram Lite, Facebook Lite. So the whole idea of it was so that it could be installed in a mobile phone that is actually cheap with low processing capacity. So now are you getting it? It is very important to understand your users. Then only you will be able to deliver them solution. If you do not understand your users, you will not be able to give the right solution to them. Okay, and same thing goes for TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Let's say you want to maybe be a social media influencer, or maybe you're trying to sell something. Okay, you're trying to sell your product. So where can you easily target people? Where can you easily target people? On definitely TikTok, right? Because you have a larger audience. That means your cost of acquisition is going to be low there. So now coming back to the same thing that we started, you need to understand your users, then create business opportunity around it, and then deliver it, maybe through technology. A lot of time, sometimes may not be through technology. I hope everything is clear till here. I hope everything is clear till here, till now. So you all can take a deep breath before we actually move on to the next topic. No, not next topic, but it would be on something new on around users only. All right, let's go ahead. Now tell me, this is a father, mother, child. Now they have bought this toy for their child. Toy. It has music. It has music. Music. It rotates. Rotates. What do you think? Is the child enjoying the product or not? Is the child enjoying the product or not? What do you think? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment. Is the child enjoying the product? Let's look at the answer. For you as a user, so these are the people who brought, but he's the user. So is user enjoying it or not? And to understand it, let's look here. Now tell me, what is the view user is getting? Is it what will make user enjoy the product? Definitely not. So a lot of time we think that, okay, you just fall in love with the solution and you want to deliver something, but we forget to understand that whatever we are trying to create, the user might not look at it in the same point of view. So that is why, again, coming back to the same thing, that you need to understand your users well. Okay, so now for product managers, understanding user empathy is the core of product management. Once you have understood your users, then it's creating a business opportunity, which is the problem space, and then delivering it the solution stage. Okay, so let's come back. So this is a good example. Like in a lot of good companies, it is a practice that when the meeting is going on, one different colored chair is placed. And by the way, this chair is not for the bosses in the company, not for product managers, but this is representing users. Okay, so nobody is going to sit out there, but when all these people are making decisions, so they will all look towards him, thinking that, okay, this is the solution that we are going to be delivering, but what does users data say? Are users going to love it or not? If the answer is no, the idea is dropped. If answer is yes, so the idea is picked. It's a very common practice, happens in Make My Trip, Amazon, and a lot of other companies out there. Okay, so this is a bit theoretical answer to like who is a product manager. So this is a Simon Sinek graph, which is also known as golden circle or a magic circle. That product manager is somebody who is good at understanding what problem to solve and why to solve that by doing some user research, by doing deep analysis on the product. And how do you do that? By doing user research. Okay, so this is also something that defines product managers. But like, what do product managers do? Let us try to make it more simple, because I believe it might not be still very clear to you guys that what the hell is product management. Okay, so let's deep dive. Let's make one more attempt to understand product management. Okay, so if you're all tired, you can pause the video, take some rest, get back to it again. Okay, so to understand the core of product management, you will have to understand it in deep. Okay, now let us understand. So product manager, it is made up of two words. Okay, it is made up of two words. Now, who is a manager? Who is a manager? Someone who manages things. Very simple, right? For example, who's a tech manager? Who's a tech manager? Whoever manages the tech team. Who's a design manager? Who manages design team. Then who's a sales manager? Who manages sales team. Then you have maybe the marketing manager, or you also say PMM. You have a product marketing manager. What does he do? Manages marketing team. Then you have, let's say, accounts manager. Accounts manager manages account team. And then you may have n number of managers in the company. So now, very interestingly, tech managers understand only tech. Design managers only understand design. Sales team understands only how to sell. Marketing managers understand how to market the product. And everyone is specialized in their domain. But we've just understood managers. And here is where this word come into the picture. How is the product formed? If you look at Zomato, how is it formed? With a series of people collaborating, the tech team, design team, delivery team. There are so many actors involved. Okay, and somebody who coordinates all of them, is a product manager. Okay, so there are two things. Now when there was a word product management, like when you say product managers, difference between project manager. So product managers actually operate in two space. We have understood. One is problem discovery, and one is solution delivery. Okay, solution delivery. So when you are delivering a solution, you act as more like a project manager. And when you are focusing on the both the aspects of something, so that then you are a product manager. So you might be getting it clearly now that product manager is somebody who is managing all these stakeholders along with one extra skill, that is also bringing the problem on the table. So this graph might be making things more clear to you guys. Okay, so now it's clear. Product manager is somebody who is managers of manager. In simple words, you can say managers of different departmental managers. Along with, it's not just looking forward to collaborating them, but also bringing problem on the table and then getting it solved. So there are two aspects involved here. Okay, two aspects are, let me just rub it and re-explain it to you guys. One aspect is this one that we have seen. One aspect is product manager is somebody who's managing all of this team, and PM operates in two space. One is problem discovery discovery, and one is solution delivery. Okay, don't get confused. This is what you have seen is the entire thing is the part of solution delivery. So this is what a PM is. So I hope it's pretty clear to you all who is a product manager in the organization. So I try to make it simple for you. So now you will relate to this example that product manager is actually a conductor. An oversimplified example that you see when conductor moves his stick, so the entire band moves in sync. As he stops, everybody stops. So product manager, it could be maybe the designer, it could be the tech guy, it could be the marketing guy, sales guy, accounts team. He's handling all of them from the stick. Okay, so that is what is a good representation of understanding that who is a product manager. Okay, then there are many other definitions of product management. Like a lot of people say that product managers are the CEO of the product. The meme that we watched at the beginning of the session, he said PMs are the CEO of the product. Is it true or not? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Pause the video and let me know, is a product manager CEO of the product? I'll give you answer to this. See, this is a JD for Microsoft. Okay, and here it's something very interesting is written: with high ability to influence without authority. Okay, now when this question is asked, CEO of the product, so you will say always no, because a CEO has authority. They can fire, they can hire, whatever they want, but product managers do not have authority. Okay, they do not have authority, so you cannot call a product manager a CEO of the product. Okay, some people might justify it by saying it, okay, mini CEO, but what they mean by mini CEO is that they have all the qualities of the CEO except for authority, and that's just like giving just to satisfy yourself. People they want to call them CEO of the product, so they do say it, but I don't think so that's the right approach of going about it. So PMs are not the CEO of the company, they are not CEO of the product, they are not CEO of anything. They have to get their work done by influencing. How do you influence? When you bring ideas with data on the table, that is where you develop these qualities, diplomacy, and then you develop negotiation. So a lot of other skills that you have in you, and that using them you convince your team to work on the idea that you bring on the table. Then there are more definition, that voice of customers. Definitely yes, definitely yes. Product managers are also voice of customer. They understand customers, they have user empathy, and when they understand their customers, they solve problem for them. Okay, if you have any more questions and confusions, jargons rotating around, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to answer those questions. Now this is a very interesting one. So now we have understood what is product, who is a product manager, what does a product manager do. But this is an interesting question to be asked, that what are the primary skills that a product manager needs to have? Is it the negotiation skill, or is it the marketing skill, design skill, tech skill? What is the most defining skill of a product manager? And it's a very good question to be asked. Okay, and a very famous question as well. So now we will understand a new concept that is called T growth model. Okay, that is called T growth model, and it will talk about what are the most defining skills of a product manager. So let us understand what are the most defining skills of a product managers. Okay, so who is a PM? Some say that have amazing technical skills. Some say product managers should have great design skill. Product marketing manager is also a trending skill. Then some say product managers should have sales skill. They should also be a growth manager. So what exactly a PM needs to know. Is it tech thing? Is it design? Is it marketing? Is it sale? Or is it growth? Tell me in the chat section, which is the most important skill that a PM should have? Let me answer. So, to understand the most defining skill, you need to understand that there are two types of qualities that a person has. One is specialist. When I speak of specialist, so it could be specialized in tech, specialized in marketing, specialized in sales, specialized in doctors are specialized in their work. Okay, CAs are specialized in the work, but there is a different category, that is set of managers who are generalist. Now what do I mean by generalist is they will have some knowledge of all these domains. So they may not have 100%. So people who are specialists have 100% knowledge, but people who are generalist may have some knowledge of these domains, maybe 50% of tech, 60% of this, 40%, and so on. So there are two main type of skill to be inculcated, okay, depending on the requirement. So specialist, designers design, that is what we started here at the very beginning of the previous session. The designers design, software engineers write code, marketers market products, salespeople sell products, CAs handle. But what do PMs do? That is what you will understand. Okay. So a lot of time you hear this quotation that, oh, you are jack of all trade but master of none. But very few will tell you the exact thing. Jack of all, master of none. When you can learn all, why go for one? And that is what generalist people need to have. Okay. So there are two things. People who have breadth of knowledge. People who have breadth of knowledge are generalist. And people who have depth of knowledge are specialist. Now what do I mean by breadth and depth? Okay, so somebody who knows a little of lot of things, so this is forming breadth. But there are people who only know one thing in deep, this is called depth, and that is what it forms T curve. So as a PM you should have T growth model. You see, I'm forming this horizontal line and this vertical line. So you should develop your skills in T curve. So for example, you can have engineering skill, some level of engineering skill, some level of design skill. This number can vary from maybe 50% for some people, maybe 40% for some people, 60% for some people, 100% for some people, depending on the requirement within your organization. Then you need to have some level of leadership skill, marketing skill, customer empathy, sales skill, and n number of skills. So now you might have understood that what are the most defining skills of a product manager. You need to have good breadth along with some knowledge of all these domains. So these are the most defined. So these are some of the important defining skills. Now this percentage can vary. Let's say you are a product manager in a SaaS based company. Okay, so maybe your knowledge of engineering could be 80%, but your marketing skill or sales skill could be lower. Okay, maybe you are in a company that is highly sales driven, so your knowledge maybe on engineering could be 40% and maybe sales skill could be 90%. So it can completely vary from one organization to different organization. Product management is something which has no exact work. Like product managers do not have exact same work to replicate everywhere. Just like the developers, they will go front end developers will do front end development in any organization they go. But product managers will not do same type of work in any organization they go in. Everywhere they have different types of roles and responsibilities, wherein their priority for these skills completely change. Okay, so if you have any question, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any feedback, let me know that too in the comment section. We'll get back to the initial topic that we were starting, that was introduction to product management. Okay. So again, I have a meme, and the meme is, this is a project manager. Just a second. So this is a project manager, scapegoat, scribe, UX, psychologist, scrum master, client support, and you mix all of this to make a PM. That is how he looks. Okay, so it's just a meme. Okay, so you all might have understood that what exactly product management is. These are n number of skills that it talks about, but nothing to do for now. Okay, most defining skills of a PM. So as I told about empathy, user empathy. These are different types of empathy. Cognitive, you understand them. Emotive, qualitative thing it is, and then empathetic thing also. You can I have attached the resource, so you can go and read this article in detail. Okay, now how did I get into product management? It's a story. So just to give you a context to it in brief, so back in my college days, so I was the vice president of my college in student community, so those election and all you might be aware of. And I was vice president of my college, so we had to conduct college fest, organize multiple events. Like I had literally in my 2 years of career, I might have organized more than 20-30 events. So I was managerially very good, but at the same time I was technically also very good. I used to participate in a lot of tech events as well. Like I got 2 patents, 2 3 national awards, multiple state level awards for my technical projects, published a research paper. And very soon, like when I was in third year, I started working with Upgrad as a SME in IoT. We used to work on automation and a lot of such kind of things. So during my college days, I was good technically, I was good managerially. Okay, and when I got out of my college, so I started working as an IoT developer. And when I was working as a developer, so I realized that I was not enjoying my work. And the reason to me not enjoy my work was because I was hardcore into development, and one of my skill, that was managerial skill, that was unleveraged. And that is where I felt ki, okay, I need to get into something wherein I can leverage both my skills, the technical skill and the managerial skill. And that is where I switched into product management. So if you want to understand that you are a soft PM or not, so if something similar is happening with you, so kudos to you, you are a soft PM and you should study about product management to get into product management. Decoy effect we will skip for now. In the comment section, let me know what is your favorite product and why is it so that that product is your favorite product. Okay, I have this stripe to show. This is one of a very good design that I like, but the problem here is that stripes, this page is not working very well, so for now I will skip. Now comes the hierarchy in PM. So initially in your career, you will start as APM, called APM, or product analyst, or junior PM. Okay, junior PM is barely used. Then product managers are just the second in hierarchy. Then senior PMs or PM1, PM2, companies like Uber give these titles. Then group PM, then director of PM, senior director of PM, VP, and then chief product officer, CPO. It's a newly introduced position. Let's go ahead. There are different types of PMs. Technical PM, they are basically in companies like which are completely SaaS based company. Then growth PM, PMM, product marketing managers, then staff PM, distribution PM, product owners. And as we move ahead in session, we'll keep talking about all of this slowly. Okay, product managers and project management, I have explained you in a very brief way, but we'll get onto this ahead in the session as well. So product who is operating in both the spaces, solution finding and solution delivering, problem finding and solution delivery, but project managers are people who are only focusing on solution delivery. Okay. What is the average salary of a PM? So I have attached this reference. It's a research done by Appraised. So go and read that research. The numbers are too high, but usually I've seen these numbers are inflated. And though PMs are highly paid compared to any other domain out there, but again, I don't feel that the data shared here is very accurate. I still feel that it's an inflated data. Okay. Here are some resources. Definitely read out these resources. This is highly recommended podcast or newsletter. Lenny has his newsletter and podcast as well. So if you want to get into product management, it's a must have kind of newsletter. Okay. Then these are some of the books that I would highly recommend. So this book is like Gita, or you can say Bible of product management. So it's a must read book if you want to get into it. This is also a very good book. This is currently I'm reading. I've not read this, but it's a very good book. I've heard from people. I do have PDF version of these books, so you can go and check out these PDFs as well. This I've read, very good book. This I've read, very good book, very good book, very good book. So I have attached the link to these books. So if you can go and check out if these books are available on this link or not. Okay. These are some of the tech publications you can refer in product management. Now, finally, if you have any questions, the session has gone too long actually. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comment box. I will try to answer those questions. Some tips. One is you will get the PDF of this PPT in the comment section below. If you have any feedback along with PDF, you will be given feedback forms link. Feedback form ka link. So do drop feedback. Again, I am telling you, if you're giving me feedback, it's actually going to help you, because if you give me feedback, I will optimize session. If I optimize session according to feedback, so it is actually going to be improving for you. You may give feedback, you may not see the results in the very immediate session because I have pre-recorded some of the videos. So you will see those feedbacks in maybe 1 or 2, 3 videos ahead of when you have actually given feedback. All right. So thank you all of you for watching the entire video. I hope you have understood what product management is actually in detail. Okay. I had made not pretty, but quite a few videos on product management, but this was a very detailed one. So I hope you will understand what exactly is product management, what do PMs do. You can get resources, different resources, books and all. So you can order these books and definitely read these books. And if you have any question, anything running in your mind, let me know in the comment section. Work hard, study, and bye bye. See you in the next session.